The following broadcast may contain explicit language and adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised. The opinions expressed in this broadcast are those of the hosts, talent, and guests, and do not reflect the opinions, views, and standards of Pyromedia Enterprises, affiliates, subsidiaries, or its members.
Body language don't lie no matter how hard you try. Oh, it's been so long since I sang that song. Woo! But that's one of my favorite songs. Sex in the Rain. Why? Why is it my favorite song, you ask? Because I like to have sex in the house. I'm not even gonna sit up here and play with y'all. I'm not a Sex in the Rain person. I don't want to catch no
not even a
cold.
little bit.
Mm-mm.
What about the Carl Thomas Summer Rain though? Because it's not cold.
No. We could do it in the shower and act like it's raining, but I'm not finna be outside fucking in no so I can catch no down.
I love showers, but like I need a hotel shower. I need it to be like double size.
Bigger, yeah.
Standard apartment showers,
Well, you already know. I'm a lot of hoes, but when you get the labeling off the kind of hoes I am, you got to include big hoe. You got to include big hoe. Hey Chris, how you doing? I'm definitely a plus size hoe.
No, I just like to spread. That's me. I just like to spread out.
Yes. All right. Absolutely. Well, we want to welcome everybody. Absolutely. Sex and water is fun. I don't know about no sex and I'm not trying to sneeze and cough after I get it in.
It's the extra sounds though. It's that extra. You get the smack from the skin, and then you also get the smack from that water impact. It's just, it's really musical.
When you got the clapping, I felt like we were seeking the spirit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's very spiritual.
Yes, God. Yeah.
Get baptized twice over.
Hey, we're being wet by spirit, and we're being wet by.
Hey. Yeah.
Woo! Just come in behind her. Woo! Just come in behind her. Welcome everybody tonight to the Walt B Connection. I do owe you that phone call, Chris. I haven't forgot. I'm gonna call you tonight when we get done with here. Please remind me, somebody. Welcome tonight to the Walt B Connection. Tonight, we're just gonna get connected. We're gonna talk about some of the things that has been going on in the media. But Manal, some things have shut up, Kwame. Some things have happened. Some things have happened since we planned the show. Yeah. Girl, they've been cutting up on this social mediafication. Hallelujah. All this fornicating and I try not to church bash because if that's somebody's spiritual place for healing. But I mean, they losing their mind in the church house. It's like, damn.
They're not losing their mind. It's just now being more televised. That's all. There's more people speaking up. This is business shit.
No, this is definitely those are definitely true facts that were just stated. Yeah, every now and then I get in my over dramatic thing and I forget what actually be going on. But I know when to snap back to reality. All right. Back to life. Back to reality. Good Lord. Hallelujah. All right. But we got a few things that have been going on and some stuff I really want to have the conversation about. The thing I like about what's going on in today's culture is you have the television show, but then you also have social media. So you can watch the reality TV, but then you can kind of get some backstory as to what's going on to help you put some things in context. Because, back in the day, you kind of just had to believe what was on the TV screen, right?
Absolutely.
Right?
Not any of the real.
Right. Absolutely. But yes, we have seen reality TV stars flat out expose the hell out of big networks. Like when OG exposed VH1, when they were trying to cover up her being, discriminated against because she was being discriminated against because of the complexion of her skin, allegedly. Let me say that, even though it's all out there and she spelled it out plain and got recordings and everything, allegedly. It's just been so much that has been happening in the space of reality TV. Two of my favorite groups growing up, okay, two of them, Escape and SWV.
Mm-hmm,
okay. Mm-hmm. Now, I didn't know this. I did not know that Escape sold more than 4 times the records that SWV sold more than 4 times the records Escape has.
Okay.
And that was crazy to me because, to me they were like neck and neck. I have to be honest about it. They were like neck and neck. But they're coming together for this reunion because both groups have been in the industry now over 30 years. And they're coming together trying to plan this tour on this show. Now, the show is supposed to be about this tour being planned. But girl, can you give me them visuals real quick, Kwame? Let me go ahead and give this tea real quick.
They turned it into Girls Gone Wild.
No, we're going to see. Hold on. Now, this is supposed to be the show right here. This is what the show is supposed to be. It's supposed to be about Coco's group versus Tasha's group. Because I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Tasha is the lead singer of Escape. Candy be like, we all sang lead, but bitch, we knew it was jamming when Tasha was singing. And her sister can sing too. I'm not down in her sister. Her sister can sing too. I mean, all of them can sing, but damn it, y'all know what I mean. The bitch, Tasha, she was that girl in that group. Okay. We do care about Latusha, Kwame. We do care about Latusha. With her overrunning, being running like eggs, it still added something to the group. But this is what the show is supposed to be. But can you show me what the real show is real quick, Kwame? But this seems to be the real show right here. Girl, them sisters is going at it, child. And they are, a person like me is always going to be at a disadvantage because I'm never going to make public with family and close friends. I never make public what happened to us private unless you make it public. And so this is what happened here. Can you make us big real quick? Are you familiar with what's going on?
I am not. I'm not.
Great, because I love to spill tea. That way I'm going to lean you to my side, and we're not going to listen to Kwame, okay? I'm going to lean you over here onto my side real quick. So.
I'm going to hear both sides objectively. Let's go.
No, it's only mine. Kwame ain't on the show today. I'm talking all of the shit in this motherfucker tonight. No. Anyway, so, these are two sisters, obviously, okay? And they grew up in the house together. They become professional singers. They had a hard time. And Escape comes back together, okay? While they were apart, I guess the sisters fell on hard times. And there was some type of royalty that they were due because of the singing that they did in the early 90s. It was a new royalty that came about. And so it came about to the tune of $30,000. Now, I don't know about you, but I could use $30,000.
Oh, and I can do a lot of that.
Now, Tamika, who is the girl in the black shirt, she was the girl in the black shirt, I think. Yeah. She was the one who needed the money the most. Black shirt needed the money the most. She was pregnant and she had a kid in college. Okay. And so she really needed the money. But the girl in the yellow shirt, she was allegedly taking the money, cashing the check and putting it in her account and giving her mama a cut because her mama didn't qualify for Social Security and county just yet. Okay. I added that part. That is not a part of the story. The mother is not a part of this whole money laundering deal.
Being transparent about
but I get a feeling that the reason I get a feeling, I'm gonna tell you why I get a feeling that the mama has something to do with it. But I'm okay. Okay. So no, I agree with you on that. That 100% Kwame. I agree with you on that. So they're getting this royalty, and instead of giving Tamika her check, and then they be like, okay, Tamika, I gave you the check, but you know what? We really could use this, blah, 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 and split it out, whatever. They just take it and cash it. This is allegedly what happened. They just took the money and cashed it and didn't say nothing to Tamika until Tamika's talking to another group member's mother. Ain't this messy? I like. So Tamika's talking to Tiny's mom, and Tiny's mom was like, hey girl, what you doing with that new royalty y'all getting? Blah, 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 whoop, 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 whoop. And she like, what royalty? I ain't got no royalty. And she was like, I told Tasha about it, and I guess they sending it to Latasha's house. Tamika finds out. She finds out that she's gotten this money, and she was never privy to the money. She never knew the money existed. The money was never given to her. She never took them to court and pressed charges or anything. But now it's coming to the light. Okay? It's now coming to the light. Now, Tamika brings it out in front of the cameras on reality TV. Okay.
So now okay.
The reason why this is such a, because what I just described could just be two siblings going at it, and take one to court and it just be whatever. That would have been my resolve. Like, okay, you know what? I tried to come to you as your brother. You're not hearing that, so we obviously do need to go let the judge figure this out. And y'all can call me all kind of disloyal and whatever, but we talking about $30,000. She was pregnant. She had a kid in college. She needed that damn money. Period. Point blank. But the issue is the mom has now inserted herself in the middle, and she's siding with the daughter that allegedly stole the money. And she's almost demonizing the daughter who is saying, I want my money. So the daughter is now in a position where she's not saying I want my money. She's just saying, I just want you to realize I'm not always wrong. Sometimes she's wrong too. And you need to be mom enough to just call it down the middle. If you listen to what Tamika's saying, that's really all she's saying. She's not saying, run me my money. She's saying, Mom, can you call it down the middle? Can you just tell her that you're wrong the same way you tell me I'm wrong?
So mom has a favorite.
But the mom has the favorite and cannot call it down the middle. And I thought this was a good conversation, even though this is a hot topic. Because sometimes you do, as a parent, you do have a favorite child. Now, I only have one kid, so I don't have that problem. My child is my favorite child. But I wanted to get your perception as a mom. Do you think it's possible for you to treat your least favorite child equal to one that you may favor more or one that you may like more?
Oh, that's such a tricky question because it really is with the person's maturity.
Okay.
not even about favorite or not. Like, are you a mature adult, and can you look at life objectively, and then can you transfer that over to your kids?
Right.
Like, you don't have to be my favorite person, but right is right. You know.
Right. Right.
So a lot of times parents don't really have that ability if they're immature, right?
Right.
And then if they get to benefit off their favorite child, because generally that's what it is. The favorite child knows they're the favorite child, and so now they work with that parent. You know, who's gonna mess that up? So then that becomes an opportunist, right? And so I think it is possible, but a lot of these parents are just as childish as the kids they're trying to raise. So and we see that these are adult women, and we still see that mom, like
mid-age, like we're not talking about newly grown. These are grandmothers themselves. And and they're having this issue. I thought that was very unique that you brought this up. I do not like that the mother is inserting herself with bias. So, okay, I have one biological child, but I help to raise about 10 kids altogether. And they come in different sibling portions. Every now and then they'll get into it. I'll get a call and they want me to go call and check the other one. And it never fails. They always get pissed off at me because I tell them I'm not going to say anything until I hear the other one's side. Why? I told you what happened. No. You told me what happened from your perspective. I need to hear their side so that I can come down here in the middle, because I know in your version, you're innocent. In their version, they're innocent. So I got to find some way here in the middle. And then sometimes it's not about me saying, well, who's right and who's wrong. Sometimes I have to give them the tools and say, so you all figure it out without damaging your relationship to a point of no return, right? Because one day I'm not going to be here.
Yep.
You know, whether it be through death or whether I move to out of state, I won't be here, you know? And so you all need to be able to converse. Lord, is that even a word? You all need to be able to talk to each other and really hash these things out. And I don't feel like their mother is giving them this opportunity and escape. And I want to go on record saying, because a lot of people think because of some of the statements I've said, they think that I think that Latasha is innocent. I'm not saying Latasha is innocent. I'm just saying Tamika be lying sometimes. So I'm saying at this point, show a receipt or shut the fuck up.
But like, I think we're going just back to the mom. Let's say that she didn't know where the money came from. The fact that your daughter spoke up and said, hey, there's some money missing, and I heard my cashed it. Like, as a mom, now it's your job to say, hey, girl, where did you get this money from? And be honest. You know, even if mom didn't know. So just if you do want to insert yourself, because as a parent, sometimes, even though you have adult children, you still do want to insert yourself so that way you can help your kids navigate. You step in as an objective party who's trying to get down to the truth, right? Not trying to do one-sided bullshit.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I absolutely agree with you there. I think that there at some point you got to be able, but this is really cast a heavy shadow over the show, because Sunday they had a whole argument about who gonna headline, and I promise you, I didn't give a fuck about none of that. I was like, let's get on back over here to this money.
That's also like the other problem. Like, we're so captivated by all this drama. Like, when I finally found a beautician to braid my hair. Oh my god,
it looks amazing. Yes,
thanks. She's great. So when we were sitting and getting my hair done, she introduced me to Zeus TV, because I promise I don't know nothing about it. I'm always working. So she introduced me to Zeus TV. And I watched the new Baddies and what is that? Bad Boys Club with Kirk Franklin's son on it and stuff. And so we watched some episodes of all, and I'm just sitting there like, the problem is, it's not even that this is on TV. The problem is that people still don't realize that this is scripted and this is fake. And then I'm dealing with a whole bunch of adolescent moms who's turning our home into the baddies, right?
Right.
And they literally are trying to take on these characters that they're seeing in the show. And
Absolutely.
so it's a matter of like what we give our time to, what we give our energy to. Here we have these Black women that did not get their flowers while they were active in the industry years ago, coming back, trying to do something positive, trying to get some extra checks, trying to at least get a new opportunity to introduce themselves as artists and as women. And it's overshadowed by
stupidity. Yeah.
And people are going to be on the internet talking about the stupid and not on the second chance, you know?
Right.
So we continue to put ourselves in these boxes where we are just targets for drama. And now that is adulthood. It's drama. Instead of positivity, creativity, second chances,
get money. Right.
You know?
Absolutely. Next topic. By the way, they're coming out here soon. I may go see them. I don't know, because I do love me some Escape and SWV. Amari says turning down gay roles hurt his career. Go ahead and play the video. I love Pyro for this. Yes.
Well, you want to go ahead now? So, let's kind of unpack that. Do you think, if you maybe play the game a certain way and I'll suggest if you were a homosexual man, do you think that would have altered your career? 1,000%.
Because I'm the type of heterosexual man that will not compromise for two reasons.
Okay.
One, I'm the type of person that moves around in the world. So I know how, I couldn't do something even, I'd be like, all right, fine, it's just acting. And then you meet somebody like, damn, I saw you with that. I say, oh, hell no, listen, man, that's acting. I move around. So that's one thing. That's part of it. I won't be able to do it justice. There's certain roles I just wouldn't even consider because I'm not going to be able to pull it off, man. I'm offend them more than they going to be offended by me saying something slanderous. They going to be just like, oh, come on now, really? And I just, that's the tip of the iceberg, and I just don't feel, this is funny. I talk to a lot of up and coming youth and people that are inspired and say, oh man, I'd love to do this. And, I'm waiting for my one shot. Listen, keep waiting. Don't feel like, you said give it to them sometimes. Look, don't feel like you have to do anything. You don't have to do nothing. You get your shot, your time will come. You might have to wait longer. You might have to gut it out for a little bit, but there's no have to. Nobody say, oh, everybody puts on a dress. Not everybody. I ain't seen Denzel put on Nair lip gloss. I ain't seen that boy do anything where I've been like, oh no, you too? I'm sorry, but I'm just serious. I don't believe you had to do it anyway. You don't have to go there, but maybe lead them on a little. I'm just keeping it a buck. I was like, I told him no, and I didn't get the part. Maybe you should have said maybe, and then no later. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's you can play the game. They do it all the time.
Woo! Okay, we got to unpack this video real quick. But before we get started, if you are enjoying this show, go ahead and click that like button and subscribe to this channel to show your support. Now, it's free to do that. It don't cost a dime to do that. So go ahead and click that like button and subscribe to this channel. Now, Manal, he is insinuating that turning down gay roles has hurt his career because he wouldn't be able to do the gay role justice. He wouldn't be able to really, really act in that gay role. And because people in real life would not be able to respect him as a man because he moves around. And if he played a gay role on TV or in a movie, somebody would see him and be like, I seen you in that role, and whoop, 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 whoop. And that just wouldn't go down good for him.
So I didn't get it that way.
Okay.
He himself doesn't feel comfortable. He himself feels like that would be him playing gay roles would be a compromise to how he sees himself as a person. He can't move in and out of those roles comfortably. And just, for records, he looks so good. Just, he is gorgeous,
He's definitely good looking. Yeah.
Him being Cuba Gooding's younger brother, and they just, they look delicious, both of them. One back. So, but I here's the thing. There are so many people in the industry that are heterosexual, right? Mm-hmm. And it does not require and this is me being on the outside of the industry. I'm not saying that I'm an actor and that, I'm in Hollywood and I'm out there trying to do auditions and stuff like that. But on the outside, I see plenty of heterosexual men that do not compromise their sexuality in the business. Right. And I'm saying that not in front of the cameras, because you have a lot of heterosexual men that are very comfortable putting on a dress and a wig and lipstick and playing a different character. Right. All right with that. But you have those that are heterosexual off the camera, and they don't compromise in that. I'm straight. I'm going to always be straight. I love pussy, and I'm not questioning that. Right, and right. You can tell me that I look good all day long, but I'm still not going home with you, sir. You have plenty of men that are in the industry and they can stand on that. I think Omar, if he's using that as his own personal hurdle that he wasn't able to jump over, I don't think that that's actual factual. I think that his career was what it was and is what it is. And I don't think that is tied to his sexuality off the screen. And I don't think that it is tied to his lack of desire to do anything that could be even nuanced as homosexual on the screen. I just think his career is what it is. Right. Because if he wanted to carve out his own little spot in the industry, he could do that.
Absolutely. I feel like so I want to say this. I do feel like he is a good actor in the vein that he plays in. Okay. But I'm going to say it like this, and I don't know if you agree. Sometimes when things don't work out for us, instead of us just taking ownership and say, dang, it didn't work out, I wasn't willing to go the distance and do this, we look for an excuse. And I think this is one of the excuses that he will have out there. I have heard that before. I have heard that wear the dress, do this, do that, in order to get ahead. And at the end of the day, just because you play it, it's called acting, right? Yeah. He played a gangster. Is he telling us he really is a gangster? Right. He doesn't strike me like, a gangster, but I don't know him personally. It's called acting, sir. Get on screen and do your damn job. And then do it well. His brother, now he did do that one movie, Boat Trip, I think it was.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But before that, Cuba Gooding was already that dude. He already had a successful career without putting on a proverbial dress. Okay, so I think this and this whole, they're trying to emasculate the black man in Hollywood. I think those are conversations that just need to go moot right now, and just, I think once we just start respecting the black man, and black men learn how to respect each other. Yeah. Whether we be gay, what the orientation is. Whether we be gay or straight. Because at the end of the day, even though I am gay, I am still a man. Period. Point blank. And I gotta deal. I hate it because when I'm in circles and everybody doesn't know me, I'm constantly hit with oh, you sang that. And the thing I like about it is you sang that like a man. You wasn't up there trying to hit notes. And what I'm getting ready to say, I just want you to hear. They would always say, you're not up here trying to hit notes like a B word. And my response would be, something to the effect of, oh, so if a guy sings high, he's automatically, a B word. And he's like, no, but sometimes they just get up there and they be trying to sing like women and woo, but you got up there and sang that like a man. And, thinking this praise is actually, and I'm like, bro, you probably don't know, the guy that was up there singing like a female, he's straight. I will take you down. You and your homeboys. No, I'm just
ask for your number until you sounded like an
right. I was actually interested until about 2 minutes ago.
Thanks for letting me know not to waste my time.
Right. It's just sometimes just that whole energy. I think we need to do away with that and just go to respecting each other based on the merit of who that person is, your character, your integrity. Because
that's the thing. If gay men, specifically Black gay men and transgender men, and drag kings and queens are respected, then it wouldn't be an issue emulating those individuals on screen. So what Omar is saying is that he still doesn't respect those individuals and their life choices and their lifestyles. Because if he did, he wouldn't have a problem playing those roles.
Absolutely. We'll be right back after this commercial break, and we have more for you, so stay tuned. I seen me in that commercial. I did with my hair. I did. Long hair, don't care.
I did, but my hair is like twice that length now, so I'm excited.
Yeah, because we like variety. Variety is the spice of life. I also seen my baby daddy Daryl. Oh, by the way, Pyro Media is absolutely amazing. I'm definitely an advocate of Pyro Media. It's good to work with professionals, people that know what the hell they are doing. Okay, it's just so much better
as you're learning.
Right.
Because I don't know what you know.
Right.
Ask my questions. Be a support. Don't be a hater. And Pyro Media, they're supportive.
Hiya, Boshata. Next topic, please. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. He's like,
Ruh-roh. Walter, I didn't get how you're doing. We didn't do a check-in.
Oh, so I am doing amazing. I'm doing absolutely amazing. Here's the thing. My job has promoted me, right?
Whoop whoop.
Okay. Whoop wow. Whoop wow. So there's the good thing is it's upward movement. The bad thing is I don't know how. I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't like to be used. I do not like to be used. I do not like to be. I don't like my chain to be jerked. Wait, let me rephrase that because I absolutely like that.
A little jerking ain't bad.
A little jerking is not bad. Walter definitely likes jerk chicken, and he likes for his chain to be jerked. But I don't like. So again, if you're going to look me in the face and bullshit me, at least try to bullshit me. Don't bullshit me with dumb shit that I can just see straight through. Like, don't shit on the plate and give me a fork and a knife and be like, "Ooh, you like that filet mignon? Ooh, girl, just cut some onions up over it and put some gravy and it's just gonna be good." No, that's shit. I'm not eating that, right? And I feel like with this promotion, there's certain things I'm gonna have to definitely address in order for me to function well on this new level. So that I can be the person that God is calling for in these last and motherfucking evil days. But how are you doing, Manal?
Oh my gosh. I'm doing so well. Today was one of the first days where I was just able to just lay. I just laid. Ooh, I laid, I got laid, I laid, I got laid again. No, that was today. Because my last day for my job, remember I told you I put my notice in?
Uh-huh.
So I put my notice in, and then
we love you more.
And then I got asked to not finish, which was fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, because Walter, I don't really do bullshit too well.
Right.
I don't, and I don't accept it from anybody. And then on top of that, I'm an advocate, right? So naturally, I don't just speak up for me. I speak up for everybody when I address bullshit. So it was just all this bullshit as I was getting out the door, and so I just was like, I got sick hours, and I just started taking them mother truckers. So I might have pissed off my direct supervisor, and I was like, look, if you're not gonna do your job, I'm not gonna keep showing up here struggling. That's why I'm leaving.
I like it.
So I happily left early. I got paid out for those days though, because I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
But it was still one of those moments where it was like, I have to know who I am. I have to know who I am, to know what my worth is. And I walked out of that door with 2 other job offers and another opportunity to build and they're asking me, what do I want to do? Not telling me what I need to do. And so I've been skipping all weekend.
Yes.
And laying and getting laid today. And it was just all because I finally put in that notice and I said yes to me and yes to my passion and yes to my skills and ability in the way that I see the world. And so, it may have come with some friction, but I was challenged. Challenge was accepted, and I still rose to the occasion. So I'm good.
Spirit, what you're saying is so crazy. Spirit has been telling me to observe my surroundings and absorb what I can so that when it's my time to step out, I'll know exactly what it is I want to do and how I can affect a whole community just by stepping out. Maybe one day I'll get on here and share my story and my passion. I really want to help. I want to help people who need a second chance in life. So I'll maybe get on here and talk about how I have tried in the past and maybe failed. But I think I've kind of got a handle on how I can help people get a second chance. You need to
escape an SWB because apparently they don't know how to accept their second chance.
No, but they don't need a second chance like that. They can always throw a concert and make about $10,000.
10,000 split 3 and 4 ways.
Oh no, 10,000 a piece.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they'll be able to do that till they die, just off the hits that they had.
So you need to be a consultant.
Now, my passion is more so, okay, you've messed up, you've hit rock bottom, you ain't got shit coming in. I want to be able to give you that leg up to get back on your feet. Not that you'll be stuck here always, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not that you'll be stuck here always. No, they make that more, make more than that, bro. Oh, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. I believe it. I believe it. Give them that leg up. They won't have to stay with me always, but I just want to be a part of the process of helping people get back on their feet and get out and rehabilitated and really get to moving in their purpose. So we do have one last topic to address.
Let's go.
Addressed.
You said undressed?
Chris, don't play with me. I'm half naked under this shirt. Don't play.
You said what?
I don't have on one pair of pants. Chris Rock versus Will Smith. Chris Rock finally clapped back, but one of his jokes gets deleted. Okay. All right. So, is this a video or is this just a picture, Kwame? It's been a minute since I submitted this. Y'all know I'm getting old. I'm like 90. I'm 90 in gay years.
My queer has aged gracefully.
So here we have Chris Rock, who is I think so. Chris Rock is not my brand of funny, okay? But right. I have to respect the work that he has put in. So he is definitely able to make a large portion of the population laugh. Okay. But he got up and he did this live streamed comedy special about Will Smith and Jada. During one of his big punchlines, he called out the wrong movie. Okay. And so it messed up his timeline. He was trying to minimize why Jada Pinkett was mad at him. Can you make us big real quick? He was trying to minimize why Jada Pinkett was upset with him. And in doing so, he called out the wrong movie, which messed up the timeline. And Netflix decided to delete that joke from what is now up there. So if you didn't see it live, you won't see that joke in there because they pulled it out because he messed up the timeline in the joke. Okay. And I have contrary feelings about the whole Chris Rock and Will Smith ordeal, but I'm glad he finally addressed it and got it off of his chest and got a payday for it. But I'm of the mindset, let's move on. What are your thoughts on this whole Chris Rock and Will Smith situation?
Well, I would like to think that Chris Rock was better than that. I'm like in between. His tambourine stand-up was hilarious to me, but that's really the only stand-up of his that I really watched. As a comedian, I think that he's better when other people write his stuff, personally. Okay. But as far as like him and Will Smith, these are two grown men. They're both over 50 now. Yeah. Over 50? Yeah. Definitely over 40, but maybe over 50. Like, again, the things that we need to see in the world now, especially as a Black community, is how people are coming together. How people are coming together, how they are healing, how they are moving beyond challenges and issues, and how they're working together. And so to see Chris Rock and Will Smith now in this battle and having this battle in public, and like you said, having a payday from it, it just, to me, is not good for the culture. No, Will Smith should not have smacked Chris Rock. Nah, that shouldn't have happened. But now Chris Rock profiting off of that whole situation, and then later, right? And I think it's some punk ass shit to do it in this way.
So I think we talked about this because I'm of the mindset. This is my mindset. I can't play in your face and tell you how to respond, right? So I am 100% sure, Manal, if your child was sitting next to you and I was going ham talking about your child, I am 100% sure you would check the fuck out of me.
Absolutely.
Right? I am 10,000%, and you would have every right to. I feel like Chris Rock, and I could be wrong as fuck for this. Y'all can cancel me. Y'all can cancel me. I'm just playing. But Chris Rock, I feel like Chris Rock played in Will Smith's face. Okay. There was already issues there because of what happened a few years before,
right.
which I don't want to get into the details. Everybody's saying that Jada Pinkett was upset with Chris Rock for hosting the Oscars. She was not. She congratulated him. She said this was a good deal for him to host the Oscars. The videos are up there, right? But I can't play in your face and then when you slap the shit out of me and say, "Oh my God, no, this can't happen." That's my mindset. Should he have slapped him? No. But I can't slap you and then tell you how mad to get.
No, I mean, and I understand that. That. But my thing is about the culture. It's not
Uncle Kai.
It's not even necessarily about these two men per se. It's about how y'all are moving the culture forward. You know?
Okay.
It would, to me, be very different. Yeah, exactly. If they sat down, had a conversation, and they did something together, even, right? That's way more powerful, right? And these grown men being able to sit down after something like this that was so public and so crazy and be able to work it out. Even if it was just in public. Now, you know, sometimes you got to fake the funk until you really have gotten over something. But these two men who've been in the industry for so long and are mentors to many, being able to come out together and say, this is the shit that happened. We're not saying that it's okay. We are actively working through this, and we're going to work through it as artists and as men. I would have rather have seen that than Chris Rock getting a payday off of the bullshit.
Okay, absolutely. There are those who, and this is where it gets polarizing, because during his special, he referred to Jada Pinkett as a bitch. He used the B word. And people are taking this too far. People are taking that as offensive. Personally, I just feel like this. This is how I feel. Will Smith slapped you. So if you got any heat, it needs to be for Will Smith.
Give it to Will.
You know, and I'm also, this may not be what you were saying, but this is how I feel. If you didn't at least attempt to slap him back on stage, shut the whole entire fuck up.
Not off stage, not at the after party. You ain't trying to reach him a couple days later at the gym. Like, none of it. None of it.
Right. He points out that Will Smith is considerably bigger than him. Okay, you got 10 brothers.
So is that why you coming for Jada? Because she just your side? Like, no. Have a seat.
I just personally, and I might be ratchet for this, but I feel like I don't know, if his point was, my mom told me not to fight in front of white people. But then you get up and do this whole...
Call Jada a bitch and get paid by the white people is perfectly acceptable in your mama's eyes. I need to talk to his mama. To interview his mama.
Or some issue with some parenting there.
I need to understand.
Right. I just, the whole situation, it is definitely polarizing. And now, I want to be very clear. I'm not saying Will Smith should have slapped Chris Rock. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, all of this outrage and anger now, a whole year later, this is the equivalent to the person when y'all was sitting next to each other, they didn't have shit to say, and as soon as the teacher get in between y'all, then they want to hop up and get all rowdy and I'm like, oh yeah, you're lucky. Oh, I'm about to fuck it all up now. No, you ain't about to do shit. Sit the fuck down. Like, that is the equivalent to that. Big ups to them both, though. Again, I double down on this is rich people problems, because if I show up to work tomorrow and slap anybody, I'm going to be fired. I'm not going to win an award and be able to give a speech.
Yeah, and there's going to be an incident written, and you might get charges pressed up against you.
Right.
You know, real life.
Right. Uncle Kai say he not mad at all because it was funny. Wait. Uncle Kai, are you saying you're not mad at the slap or you're not mad at Chris Rock? He probably like both. No.
But like, I think one of the big things that this brings up too is how we address women. You know,
okay.
What's the big difference between calling Jada Pinkett a bitch but calling, I don't know, Cardi B a bitch? Like, what's the big difference, right?
Okay.
They're both women. And I understand in the grand scheme of the hierarchy of women, especially in Hollywood, you know, Jada Pinkett is more revered, right? So she's auntie in the industry. So she is requiring more respect and honor and reverence, right? But if it were someone else, would we be tripping if Chris Rock called him a bitch?
Okay.
It was a different female, right? I think we need to just be as outraged about any female being
about it all.
Any
so
person.
When it comes to terms like bitch and stuff, now this is me talking, and I wasn't one of those who was outraged because he used the terminology bitch. Okay. I think context is everything. So I have female friends where when we're joking and playing, like we bitch all bitch this, bitch that, and they bitch that to me too. Like I remember one time in particular, we went somewhere, somebody did something, and I slipped and checked them. I didn't do it on purpose. I was trying to be nice, but I slipped and checked them, right? And so when they left, they looked at me and said, "Ha, bitch, you told the fuck out of him with that bitch." Like they just, they bitched me all night over that, and I wasn't upset. But you let someone who is not a friend or we don't have that, and they get to calling me a bitch, it's going to be a different reaction. Okay. Did I put all my tea out there? I sure did. But that's just me. Context is everything. And so I think that within the context that he called Jada Pinkett a bitch was not okay. Okay. I don't feel like that was okay. And I would be as turned off if he said that about any woman in that context. But I also want to say this. If they're arguing, because sometimes I think, and you read me for filth if I'm wrong, sometimes I think when women get in arguments and getting back and forth with men, and they're saying a whole bunch of disrespectful things to men, and the man says one thing disrespectful back, then he is everything but the child of God. And I think sometimes we have to realize you're both adult humans having a conversation. And if you call him a cat, he can absolutely call you a dog.
Absolutely.
But sometimes we try to act like a man can't have no clapback. My issue with this is Will Smith slapped you.
Yeah.
Not Jada. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, and I absolutely agree with that too. Like if you're going to target anybody, target the person that put their hands on you and just completely discombobulated you on that stage. That's the one you come for.
Yeah.
But I understand context with using bitch, but my thing is that
right.
At what point are we going to say that it is not okay to continue to verbally assault and disrespect one another as men and women? Like it has to go both ways. It has to be for everybody. And I understand, and I'm gonna be honest with you. So like, I'm black, but I'm a different black, and I'm very clear on that. I'm a cosmic kid black. I know that about my life.
Right. Right.
So when I'm moving in and out of different circles, and people will be really surprised that some of the hoodest mamas they love me. We good, It's usually because I take care of their kids, So we're good. So I know I've made it into the club when I get that first bitch. Like I know, and then I have to say, oh, thank you, you like me, but my name is Manal. I still have to, do that. But I think just if we're giving license to individuals to continue to refer to people in that way, you also cannot get upset when they use it a certain way. You know?
I get it. I think out of everything, the only thing that was heard was bitch. Right. So taking the whole thing in context, he did have heat for Will. He did.
But he needed to leave it there.
But he was throwing some right here, and he definitely reached around and threw a sneak shot at Jada. He definitely threw, definitely gave her a quick one.
And he needed time because Will Smith the kind of person that catch him in the alley.
Obviously, if he beat your ass on stage, he will whoop that ass at a party. I'm just saying.
Cameras down, my brother.
Right. So, with this whole thing with Will Smith and Chris Rock, I just want to see some resolve. I want to get back to enjoying their work. Now, I don't like Chris Rock as a comedian. I do like him as an actor, though. I do feel like he can really capture a role. Believe it or not, I really gained respect for him when he played that role in Empire. It was a serious role. And to me, he bodied it. That was my opinion. Don't crucify me. My opinion. He bodied it.
The show. My bad.
I loved that show. All right. So we're coming to the close here this week. We just had to get this out. Our last show was kind of heavy. We wanted something light and fluffy and airy. Yes. Because our last show was kind of weighty. As always, we do want you to know you can catch us here on Monday nights at 6:30 on Pyro Media. Yay! But now, how can the people connect with you if they want to connect with you on social media?
Okay, so I promise y'all, I have some days now that I'm not working. I promise I'm gonna link everything together. It's gonna make sense. But on Facebook, I'm Manal Bay. On YouTube, it's Bay Windows. On Instagram, it's Manal Smiles. No, put it at the bottom. I don't remember.
I don't like you even at all. A little bit.
Put it at the bottom. There we go. Proud
underscore
Smiles. It wasn't in there. It wasn't, and I'm not even trying. Find me in those ways. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. And you can find me. I did like Star Better too, Uncle Kai. You can find me on all social media platforms at Walt B Connection. All my profiles are public except on Twitter because I like nasty shit and I don't need you judging me for it. So it is what it is.
Sometimes you gotta keep your nasty girl to yourself.
Yeah, I keep her on private. I do. You can watch this and past episodes on Pyro Media. Don't forget, if you have found value at all in the conversation that we've had tonight, click that like button and subscribe to this channel. That is free to do. You can also send any type of donation that you want to $Walt B Connection, and that's on Cash App and Venmo. All right, with that being said, we do thank you all for tuning in on tonight. We will see you next week. We're coming with the heat. We're going to dial it up. We're going to have a whole conversation about some shit. So come back and definitely kick back. Now, next week, we want y'all to get y'all drinks together.
Us a little next week?
Yes, next week, y'all going to get to know us. So if you have questions, something you would like to know, go ahead and send those questions to me. You can inbox them to me, email them to me. You can put them in the memo of your Cash App. Now, that's the way to make sure your question makes the show.
I said it's been an offering, okay?
But go ahead and get those questions to us. And
anything your heart's desire, ask away. This is
ask away. But now with me, if I don't want to tell you, I'm gonna tell you, mind your fucking business. I'm just playing. I would never do that. My life is an open book. All right. All right. With that being said,
God. Maybe you should answer like me and I should answer like you.
That would be a fun segment. That would be a really fun segment, but you would have to go first. All right, with that being said, go ahead and take us away, Kwame.
If you enjoyed this content, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Pyro Media Network's YouTube channel for more awesome content. Plus, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss when we go live or upload new videos. Visit PyroMediaNetwork.com today, not just to check out our incredible roster of talented creatives, but also to gain access to exclusive bonus material available only to our Pyro fam. Show your support for this Black-owned indie network by donating today. Help us keep igniting brands everywhere.